Top up time. Good morning, Glenn. We're off to Randwick today.
Can't wait to get there, Mark. Great card. Scratchings are okay. Weather's a little bit overcast. No moisture yet, but feel like it's coming.
Yeah, so they put 2 mils of irrigation on the track yesterday, which is a dangerous thing to do when it's going to be overcast the next day. I mean, basically, I think, well, my theory is that, you know, it's all well and good if you're going to get a blazing day, but the weather forecast was always chance of showers and probably overcast, and that's what it is. The 3 metre position was used on Randwick Guineas Day, a week after the Chipping Norton Stakes Day. So on that occasion, soft runs were in the ascendancy. Sabatiano won her Group 1 from Mizzy, both up the rails there. So just keep an eye on that. It should, I mean, many of the other 3 metre positions have played, if not fair, certainly sort of more out towards that lane 5 that I mentioned, which is 8 metres out in the true position, but 5 metres out from the 3 metre position we've got today. All right, well, we kick off with the 2-year-old race where there's already some good trading, and
we lost your roughie.
Yeah, lost the roughie. I lost the roughie before I actually mentioned it yesterday. It was came out at 10 to 10. Converge is on its way out here. Money for Allegron and Akahata. I'd suggest this is going to be a good betting heat, and that number 1 may well get to a very backable price.
Well, that was spotted by you and Gord yesterday with that commentary on just coming off the suck bias, and I was like, I'm chips in. I just think it's a good thing. So obviously, I'm getting $2.80, $2.93. I'll be all over it, and I expect it to win still.
Yeah, it's third up. It's at home, and it's coming out of the lead up. The other horses are coming out of left field.
And it's the only leader, and T. Clark's on board, and he does a great job on this setup, and hard to beat.
Right, race 2, not much action overnight, and Ellsberg remains our favourite. There's nearly 3,000 in the bin there. At mid-threes, Private Eye coming off the failure with the blinkers on, the trial since is the second pick. It is an interesting collection of 3-year-olds, and I think it's a bit up for grabs this race, Glenn.
Yeah. A great race to bet into, I think, because there's just so many different angles. I can see why people are back Ellsberg. I can see why they'd give Private Eye. I can see why Gordon and I have both found the bottom one and pretty keen. And there's bits and bobs around it. It's a great race.
Well, it's a great race to play, I think, because your opinion could well be very fertile there. The third race, and Pandano's all the rage here, into 230 fixed. The 6,000 matched on the fair at the moment at mid $2. It is quite interesting to see a horse like this, who has got a stellar record at Newcastle, coming off the Newcastle heat and 49 days off, but it's been ridden by J4, Jess Taylor, and then the Prince gets on.
That's the Prince coming off a 10 o'clock inquiry. That seems odd timing today.
Right, so he's got to front them this morning.
Yeah, how ridiculous.
How stupid.
How stupid, honestly. They don't care about punters at all. I don't care a crap about how J-Mac goes, but if I'm putting my money in, I want him perfectly focused for the day and ready to knock all the good putts in. And there he is at 10 o'clock defending himself, charges of the first one, whatever it was, knocking up the inside on.
One Diva. One Diva. Yeah, One Diva.
Was it? No, it was the other one. No, the other one.
Exoboom.
No, the Friedman one.
Right.
The 3-year-old miler. But it seems a silly time. Come on.
Well, look, you can't imagine elite sportsmen having to endure that sort of preparation for their event, can you?
Yeah, I suppose Pandano just ticks a lot of boxes in a even bunch afterwards. I did notice a world record in this race, though, Mark.
A world record?
A world record. This is a world record for eternity. Never, ever be beaten. I don't know if you picked it up.
No.
Number 13 and 15 are trained by a lady trainer doing a good job. Claire, the ex-jockey, Claire Lever, doing a good job. And horses parading well. So obviously she's got a little bit of ability or got great staff and good help, which I'm sure she does. And did you notice the world record about both these runners?
No.
She'd be the only woman trainer in the world to train 2 horses that get into this race for the rest of eternity, that have a differing amount of starts, but have exactly the same amount of prize money to the dollar. Only I can see those stupid things. I think they've both won $83,130. Isn't that odd?
It's very odd.
Isn't it odd that I saw it?
Well, yes, it is, but you do have a fixation on Claire Nutman, understandably.
No, I don't. I've got a fixation on numbers, Mark. Anyway, so they both won 83,130. One's had 10 starts at different places. The other one's had 12. You'll never ever see. That's a world record for eternity. See, there's something out of the day.
Yeah.
That'll never happen again. I've never seen that before anyway.
That is quite extraordinary and completely irrelevant.
I know,
Right.
exactly.
Right.
You get all that at Racing Rant, Mark. You know that.
Yeah, you get any type of stuff. Okay, so race 4, the Naj Marty is obviously a clear favourite from Crystal Bound. Both these horses last start winners in Mexico and have a line through a horse, Hunam, that of course started heavily backed in the Golden Gift and then failed again in Sydney, has since been down in Melbourne. I suppose it's a parade race because you haven't seen number 5 as of yet. 6,000 match there, so good amount of interest. And Trifascia is seems to be trading strongly there as well. So 3 horses dominating the betting. It looks almost 20s bar in that sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll wait.
I was particularly keen on 2 yesterday. I was particularly keen on 2 yesterday. Can't wait to see it in the parade. I suppose I've got a day. You know, I've definitely got Crystal Bound C out of the 3 and not particularly keen. And but I don't think there's anything else. And then yesterday you did grade me up a little bit with Trifascia saying, has it got any form? So I went back and redid some tapes and you might be right. Maybe it's got nothing.
I suspect that nothing has got any form here. Naj Marty has looked impressive in races where they've crawled home. You know, she's all style and maybe that's enough. Race 5 is the first of the features and Montefilia is on the nose. Amarelina is firm, and it's 7-2 to the field there, Glenn. Which I guess
I'm not surprised, man. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, there is actually good interest in the 2 runners from the Adrian Knox last week, which we poo-pooed as in terms of its quality, but I guess Douay is well, she's climbing mountains, and bargain goes Robbie Dolan to J Mac, and you know. Did seem to overachieve to buggery last week.
And with number 2 being particularly solid at around that $5 range, I mean, they'll nearly bet $5 a field here.
Yeah, look, I poured cold water. I ended up taking a position against the Storm Queen. Gord particularly bullish about number 4, which I suppose we can call another of his girlfriends. Race 6 is, that's not race 6. Race 6 is the 1,200 metre race for 3-year-olds, where September Run is blowing. Dame Giselle has had some support after she's coming back from the 1,500 of the Coolmore. This is a trick shot, isn't it? Because we've got September Run, who we haven't seen since last August when she was, you know, just a tradesman. Isotope coming off the PR first up at Rose Hill. Yep. Dame Giselle coming back from 1,500. Wild Ruler coming out of the Galaxy where he did nothing but had an horrendous run. And I suppose number 3 is another horse to consider, given that he's a last up winner course and distance. And
there must be new owners for number 3. They're different colours. It used to be blue and white, that horse.
You're right.
I didn't spot that. Not that new owners means much. Look, and you wouldn't knock out the cue ball there. Prague, number 2. It's a talented horse coming off pretty good form. 4th to Zatari. Zatari come up here and ran well. What a great race it is. I'm still interested in 1. A little bit interested in 2. Can't wait to see 3 parade. Gosh, can I mention any more numbers? And I'm hoping A gets held up, and I'm not sure about 9 and 10. 10, 15 back to 12 is a jump.
The Sydney Cup, and She's Ideal, is now into $6. 660 wanted there, 4,000 matched. Favorite Moon's got solid sort of matchings there. I would have thought that they were two horses that you might be reaching for here, given the PR of Favorite Moon and the fact that She's Ideal got up the inside in the lead up. Realm of yeah.
I won't be winning on either of those, and terrified of She's Ideal because it's Bjorn. Every time I'm against Bjorn, he lobs. It's terrifying. Terrifying. There's just so many bits and bobs. I'm warming to one from our English man last night.
Good on you, Kieran.
2 just jumps off the page with the way this stable's going. Have you watched how this stable's going lately, Mar Eustace? In Melbourne, they just run through. They sit 3 deep and run through brick walls.
Scary stable.
Any barn threes there? Anyone know?
I don't know. And then you've got 7, which is you know, it's got a stink about it. 8 is a little doer. We've been on the back of 11, which has been running really well lately. She, of course, ran in this race 2 years ago, and she's back for another crack. It's a game on, this race. Race 8 is the last of the Group 1. Sorry, no, it's not. There's 2 to come. So this is the feature, and Very Elegant is firm as firm. She's 245 fixed. Nearly 20 in the bin.
Well, a word of warning there with Very Elegant matches quickly. Tim Gilbert made his best bet of the day today on Sky Channel. And for all the older people out there that aren't on the computer and don't have accounts and like to drive down to the tab, he tipped everyone Very Elegant each way and have $2 each way. But just for the older brigade, it costs you about $4 in petrol to go down and put your bet on. So just be wary of that. Thanks, Tim.
A1 too.
1-2, exactly. Good on you, Tim. Thanks, mate. Great tip, mate. Great betting there, 2 each way.
All right, Adib is.
How do they have jobs in racing?
Well, do they? I mean, it's just it's all fluff, isn't it?
Fluff, $2 each way. Anyway, that's not my comment. I just get into trouble all the time. Great race, Mark. Great race.
Yeah, Adib is sort of the longest he's been. There seems to be a set against Adib, despite the blinkers on and the fact that he started 5-4 in the lead up.
Like this is a hot 3-year-old Moanka, and yesterday on the previous show we never even mentioned its name. We didn't even talk about it.
No, but I mean the 3-year-olds haven't taken part in in these races. There he was tailed off last week, struggling to tack onto the Doncaster field. You get a horse like Ollie Kirk, which won the Golden Rose and the Caulfield Guineas, and unwanted, wait for age race down in Mexico. So
yeah,
I guess that's where it lands. So Dragon A, interesting runner, and Mugger 2, just for the sake of going around, had some spice here as well.
My tip in the race is Timmy Gilbert's having $2 each way. Very good. My tip is have 1,500 on Adib and 3,000 on Sir Dragonet. Back Sir Dragonet to win 20,000. Adib will get your money back and give yourself a thrill in life. You're only here once.
That's right. Gamble irresponsibly.
You don't need to bet in coffee mounts. Geez, you love going to this heads up page all the time, mate. What's it all about? You're a heads up man?
They're just usually the next race is 2 clicks away, but it's 3 clicks away in certain circumstances. Probably is firm fixed at $2.50, and as you can see, it's relatively wide outside it. Odium is second pick at the moment. She's a 3-year-old filly. The 3-year-old fillies have done better against the older mares than the 3-year-old males, as I just prefaced. Yeah, well, look, I mean, this is the first time that Probabile sort of turns up here off what she's coming off. She's been a marvel, especially that 1,200 meter run first up last time in Sydney. But yeah, I have to say that it did interest me that Probabile, rather than coming off her Sydney stuff, is actually coming off something else, which I think opens the race up.
There's no way Probabile can be backed at that price. That seems terribly tough price to take, guys. Clearly got it, it'll be hard to beat. You got to put in your quaddie, but there's bits and bobs all through that race.
It's funny. There's 18,000 matched on this horse already, and I guess punters do like these on these days to find the best horse, and we're going to back this best horse. And I suppose she maps relatively sympathetically, and
Well placed at the weights.
Looks top pick, but
Looks like, yeah.
yeah, I think you need 5-2 to back her. All right, the nightcap, which is one click away, and here it is. Seasons has had some fixed odds support. I see the Kiwi, which has got some very, very big wraps, but obviously track pattern may come into play here because she looks to go back from a wide gate, which normally you wouldn't worry about too much at Randwick, although we have seen in this race horses, that posse up and seem to get away with it. I mean, White Moss, I mentioned, she won this race 2 years ago. And I just forget who won this race last year. Fasika was favourite in the race. Maybe she won it last year. Anyway, so Seasons is pressing for favouritism there. Not a lot of action as yet.
Yeah. Yeah, time to be religious by the last race and pray that last, because it looks a dart job. Honestly, hard race, guys. Track pattern might help us. Parade might help us.
The horse you mentioned, the Group 1 girl, Tafani, who ran in the Everest. She looks to have some fans there.
And so she should, around that $11 or $12 mark, top horse. But look, overnight I've got a little bit of tricky gal in my brain just with that nice draw tracking, and if they're heading left a bit. Hard race.
Okay, yeah, that's a look at
Early prices.
Sydney Cup Day, Queen Elizabeth Stakes Day. Dave Dwyer will be putting his prices up 60 minutes before the first. That'll be 10:30. You'll be able to see them on Dynamic Odds and Best Bookies. And if you are a ranter, send him an email and he will let you on to win 5,000 for any New South Wales Metro or provincial race. So that includes Kembla today.
If you're interested in betting this side, do not email us and go away. That includes you, Timmy.
All right.
That's your two. I'm very elegant. That's your two. The place. Good on you, mate. Well done, Tim. Great tipping.
Where do you find him, Glenn? Where do you find him?
Oh, because I watch Sky News because I can't watch any other news, and then he pops up, and of course I just wait for it, and then I don't know why, because it gets me on tilt.
Of course it would. What won't get you on tilt is if you come and join us. $29 a week for goldies and $9 a week for silvers. But if you've not been part of our community before, you get the first 2 weeks free. You get access to the chat room, and as I say, you get to tell Dave you're a ranter and get on to win 5,000 at the provincials,
and so much more. You get to be part of our community when we do things, which is not as often as it should, because I can't.
Takes organising.
Yeah, thanks, thanks, Mark. I'll look forward to seeing you at the track today, Mark. Anything else?
That's it. So I hope to see you out there today if you are heading trackside. Other than that, come and join us, because you'd be mad not to. You'll be pleasantly surprised, and you pay nothing for the first 2 weeks. So we hope to see you soon.
Bye.